All right, so we're on the way to Birmingham and we're going to a business summit. So we're excited to see what that's about. And thankfully, the weather's nice. And surprise, I'm not driving. But you know what that means? That means I'll be driving on the way home.
Y'all did right. Y'all know me. 8:30, 9 o'clock. I am in the bed, either asleep or about to be asleep. So I figure I'll take the first leg. Each Carress will take the second leg because I don't like driving.
I'll be sure to get some video of Kurt's napping situation when we're on the way back home. But anyway, so we were just talking, and I don't know how many of you guys out there have been watching the Age of Attraction show that's on Netflix. It's pretty interesting. There are some very slow moments, but I've been asking Kurt some what ifs about the situation show. So if you haven't been watching the show, this is where the couples are together. They're at this place and they are getting to know other people and trying to see who they pair with, who they're compatible with. And but the only catch is that they're not allowed to talk about their age, how old they are, any of that. So no one knows anybody's age on the show. So you're just strictly going based off of, whether you're interested in the person, if you guys feel like you're compatible, you have stuff to talk about, yada yada. So if you guys do find that you are interested and you want to see where things can go in your relationship, then you go to the promised room, and then that's where you guys pledge to continue the journey, and then you can disclose your age. So it's very interesting to me because some people you can't tell how old they are. Some people you can, just based off of some of the things that they say. But there's this one situation where the girl is in her 20s. I don't know if she's 22 or 27, but she pairs with this 60-year-old man. So I asked her, like, what would you do if your daughter brought somebody home or a son who was 60? I mean, like, what would you say?
Yeah, I hope so. But before that, I've never seen the show, more heard the show. So first time I heard about the show was Carress. The other day, we was at my brother-in-law's house, and my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and Carress was talking about the show, and I had no idea what they was talking about. So if you know me, if it ain't sports, really I ain't watching a lot of TV shows and stuff like that. And I really ain't watching a lot of dating shows, but they was talking about it, and it kind of got me intrigued. So prior to turning on the camera, Carress gave me kind of background of what the show is about, and I'm like, it sounds like another Married at First Sight. What a little twist with the age there in there, for lack of a better word. But she was telling me about, I guess, a couple where the guy is 60 something and they just revealed that he was 60 something and the girl's like 20 something. So 40 years her senior. Yeah, I don't know. So what's the question?
Just what would you do if your kids came home and was like, yeah, meet so and so, they're 60?
I mean, I think I'm gonna say my daughter before my son, because if my son came home, he's 27, he came home with a cougar and it's 60 something. I don't know, because I mean, I'm like, she is like Pam Grier, 60 something fine. I mean, I'm not sexist or anything, but I'm probably like, okay, well, you gotta Pam Grier, you gotta find one. So now my daughter, though, this is where the table is flipped. My daughter comes home in her 20s with a 60-year-old man. Yeah, I got a lot of questions. So the question, my daughter will be in her 20s probably within the next 5 to 7 years. So that'll put me around late 40s. So you're talking about this man would be my dad's, a little bit younger than my dad's age? Yeah, I don't know. We would have to have a serious conversation, but the conversation would be first with her, most likely, pulling her to the side and see what her thought process is. I mean, I'm like, if she's bringing him to me, then I would think that it's something serious. It's not going to be a fling, and I'm already want to be like, I'm not going to be in my daughter's who she chooses dating life per se. Now, of course, I'll give her guidance, but I'm not going to, tell her who she can and can't date, who she can and cannot like, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I would have to have a conversation with her first. Then I would have to have a conversation with him and see his characteristics, his motive, et cetera, et cetera.
What if your son brings home somebody who's 60 and she's not Pam Grier-fied, or she's just 60?
I think probably be the same thing. I know, like I said, the Pam Grier thing is kind of a funny part. But it would be the same thing. I would have to point him to the side because I would be like, well, what's the interest there? Why her? Give me some basics. And then we have to dive into maybe even some more practical things. I don't know. I mean, what are they doing on the show? Like, have they introduced parents already to the show? Like, how is it happening? Because I don't know the show. So they introduced them, or how did
they haven't gotten to that yet. So I think I'm on episode 5 or 4. But supposedly on the next episode, they're going to be bringing on family. The host just said some people that are close to you. And so I guess my other question is to women out there, if you're in your 50s, so there's a 54-year-old, I think, and she found out that the person that she's paired with, he's 27. And so she has 3 kids, and her kids are in their 20s. And I mean, this lady is distraught because when she found out how old the guy was, she was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm still interested in seeing where this goes. And she was fine with it, but she was just like, I also am kind of leery because I have kids who are his age. But like now that they've said that the family is coming on the show the next episode, she is so distraught about her kids meeting this man. And I guess to me, if you're dating somebody or you're, like, I understand your kids mean a lot to you, but would you not date somebody, or would you not want to, pursue your happiness based off of what your kids might think, or the fact that this person is your kid's age? I don't know. I can't speak for her situation, but she just keeps saying, well, my kids mean everything to me and I don't want to disappoint.
I mean, she is single. Well, obviously she's single. Like, her kid's father, have to see the way I watch shows. I got the background. So I'm like, my question is, is her husband, is she a widow? Is her husband divorced, or her baby's fathers or children's fathers? How long has he been out of the picture? In other words, I want to ask those questions because I'm like, is her kids her world? I mean, because I just look at it from my perspective. I mean, you got people out there that they live vicariously through their kids, and their kids' opinions matter. But I guess for me specifically, I'm like, if me and you were together or divorced or you passed or whatever the case may be, I may ask my kids, how do they feel about me going back out here dating? Or
what about you dating a 20-year-old?
A 20-year-old?
27, to be exact.
And a 27-year-old? I mean, hey, I mean, I would let them know, but I think that's just about as far as it would go now. I wouldn't do anything to embarrass them or anything like that with this new 27-year-old. But at the same time, I really wouldn't be asking them permission either. Who I'm going to date. I mean, I'm like, okay, I'm dating XYZ or whoever is, Jane Doe.
And I guess I just think it's funny because she's so distraught. I mean, like, she immediately started crying when the host said that the family was coming next episode. So like, that's all she was talking about. So I will have to watch and see what happens. What happens next, because I'm just like, what is the big deal? And I'm just curious to see like how her kids interact with her and what she says. So I guess we'll stay tuned and keep watching. And I gotta get her to watch the show too. So
shows like that, I always try to ask myself, like, really, how much of it is scripted? How much of it is show for the camera? How authentic is it? And I don't know. I mean, I'll watch it for entertainment purposes. My wife wants to watch it. But normally shows like that, I'm like, But it sounds interesting to me. Is that the world that we're living in now, where 60-year-olds are dating 20-year-olds and 20-year-olds are dating 60-year-olds? Is it that hard out here, or is it that the attraction? Is that the norm? Because I don't know. I mean, I've never been attracted to somebody that much my senior. Like I say, I mean, growing up, you thought Pam Grier and these type of people were attractive and fine, but I'm not sure if I would ever consider myself dating somebody in their 60s. But I mean, you never really answered the question either, Chris. I mean, what would you do if our kids brought home somebody in their 60s and they're in their 20s? You asked me, but I didn't answer.
I think it would definitely be a discussion. And I'd just be like, okay, well, what do you like about this person? Like, well, did you know their age? Like, how soon did you know how old they were? I guess that's my thing. It's like, I understand you can be attracted to somebody and like somebody and not really be thinking about their age. but I just like, what do you have in common? If you're in your 20s, what do you have in common with a 60-year-old? And one of the episodes was really interesting because the way the 60-year-old was interacting to something that had happened, which they didn't show on camera, but something that had happened, like she just kept saying that she felt threatened or not safe. And I'm just like, I guess how a 20-something-year-old is going to react to something is definitely going to be different from how a 60-year-old who has life experience, who may have been in that situation before, how they're going to react. But I would definitely be asking my kids, like, well, what do you like about this person? What do you guys have in common? Like, is this something that you think is serious? I mean, because just because I don't typically date that far off from my age, I guess that would be where I think that would be where I would be coming from, just because that's not something that I do. But I don't know. I think the show is interesting because it makes you kind of think, like, is age really important when you look at who you're dating and look at, who you might be interested in? Do we put too much emphasis on age, or are we, is that like our main focus? Will that completely stop you from talking to somebody if you feel like things are going great and think you're compatible with this person and, you got a lot in common and conversation flows and you're attracted to them? It's like, well, when you found out their age, would that stop you? And you'd be like, yeah, I can't talk to you because.
I mean, my question is, I know it's a sidebar from the show, but my question is, I can only speak from a man's perspective. As a 60-year-old man, where are you going that you feel comfortable in a room with college kids? So I'm like, yeah, okay, on the show they playing matchmaker, whatever the case may be, but in the real world, as a 60-year-old man, I don't care. 60 the new 40, and I feel for it, and I look like I'm in my I get all that, whatever. But anyway, where are you going to meet a 20-something-year-old child, even though they're legally an adult? I'm sure
that they put them together, so they've already met, so that's irrelevant. The point is that they were all at this resort, and it was single male, single females, and you just go and see who you naturally gravitate to and you talk to, and that's how they met. But my thing is you've been living in this bubble, so when you start going out with her friends, you're a 60-year-old man and you're out with her friends, like in the real world, and you move back home and, you guys go on your dates and stuff like that. It's like, that's going to be kind of awkward.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I always have to know background, because even on the show where they're already playing matchmaker, I would have to figure out, like, what is intriguing to this guy that he wants to go on the show. He's going to be match made with a 20-something-year-old. Like,
he didn't know, though.
He didn't know. So, okay, maybe I missed it. He didn't know she was 20-something.
No, nobody knows their ages. The only people who know their ages are the people, but you can't discuss that with the people that you're with. But there's like, let's just say there's 20 other ladies. He just happened to gravitate towards her, and they happened to continue on. When they went to the promise room, and they could decide from there, did they want a consideration? Yes.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So at that point, what is it about? I mean, other than her beauty, I guess. What is about her where you said, okay, I'm going to continue this journey with her? Yeah, that's 20-year-old, because past the beauty, and I'm assuming she's an attractive young lady, what in common do you have with a 20-year-old other than some of the physical activities that go along with that? But I don't know. I mean, you mentioned that they already had an argument. I can imagine what the argument was like. I mean, I don't know, man, boy. I don't know if I would be able to relate with a 20-something-year-old. I don't know. I probably will watch the show just to be curious to see how it goes and see how real it is versus, some scripted reality show.
So anyway, that's what we've been discussing the last couple of days, because I'll watch an episode and then I got to bring back.
I don't know if Carress is trying to hint that she wants to go date a 60-year-old.
Definitely not.
She wants to go date a 60-year-old, be my guess.
I
definitely don't want to date a 20-year-old. 30.
I'm good. And then I thought it's interesting too, because there's this other guy on there, and I think he's like 40. I don't know. He might be like 38, and the girl is 22, and so he has a daughter. I think who's 14. And so she was like, "Wait, I'm I'm closer to his daughter's age than I am to his age. And so it's just like, yeah, there's some things that I'm just like, it sounds good, but then, when reality hits, it definitely, I think it's gonna,
like I say, once you get past the funness of it, the honeymoon phase of it, and you seriously talking about courting or dating this person or even marrying this person, not courts anymore. I'm sorry, I'm old school. Is what?
I just laugh as a courting. Last time I heard that.
When you get past all of that, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is. I mean, I don't know what the dating market is like that out there when it comes to that. But if that's where it's going, where older are dating young, younger dating older, and nobody's dating in that 5-year radius, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it all turns out.
Yeah.
But so to check out the show, see what it's all about. I mean, anything Carress and my brother and sister got me kind of intrigued. So I might check it out.
It's just interesting.
In between my sport.
Anyway, what other shows are you guys watching? I don't know what else is out there. What are some good recommendations?
You still watching that Pop the Balloon show?
Oh, well, yeah, we do like
What's going on?
I don't like the knockoff versions.
Is that still coming up?
Yes, I think so. If it's not our way, I really don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, last time we watched that, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's more and more younger people, so I can't really, once again, I can't relate because it's just some of the funny stuff that's more realistic because it's unscripted. But I'm just like, woo, I feel for my daughter in there.
They need to do a 40s version.
40s version.
40, 50, 40 to 60 range off the balloon. I think that'd be
really going there.
I think so. I mean, because how are people dating these days? Like, besides, online dating and meeting people, it's like, how are people meeting people to date? That's the question. So I think it would be good. I think people would watch it. I think people would tune in.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys hanging with us as we are entering Birmingham about 20 minutes out. But
yeah. Anyway, on to the next discussion. Figure out what topics we're gonna discuss. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining.